Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, along with Chad and Josh. I'm Lyle. And, boys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
Yes,
A
you
lot of
do.
stuff.
Yes,
There's
you
the
do.
lovely Miss Christina Dunnigan. What do you mean? Wait, what?
Well, no. Yeah, we was talking beforehand. It's all about you, Lyle.
We was talking beforehand, and you said, no way you're letting me show pictures.
That is true.
That's true.
Yeah, you make one mistake and you live with it forever. But it's okay. I got an idea, Chad.
You tell me what
do you say we welcome everybody in the chat?
Let's do that, Lyle.
And then we'll go into something else.
All right, that's
okay.
All right. We've got Jersey River Rat. I've seen there were some people earlier before that, but they're not showing up in the chat. I believe it was Creole and Sampy.
Yep.
We got Burrito, a.k.a. Lisa Swain. Cliff Howington. Welcome to the Catfish Weekly talk show. We got Bugman22. Joshua Parham. Outdoor Wicked Adventures. Greg Burgess. Crappy Day Fish On.
Great video out today by some people too. Sorry.
Thanks for ruining it.
That's it.
Ooh, we got member Creole Catfishing. I'm sorry, no, he's just a moderator. When did it start showing wrenches on here?
I do not know.
He was a different color, and I thought he was a member, but I won't throw him under the bus that he's not a member to one of the greatest talk shows of all time that he's learned so much about fishing on to make him feel bad about not being a member. Well, you know who is a member? We got member LG Bass. We appreciate you, pal. Unlike Creole. We got Dan Brewer, Dale Hayslip, Hilly Billy Hondo. You guys got me all messed up. We got Randy Old Gray Hair Swain, Benoit Fishing Outdoors, Northern View Outdoors member, Carolina Catfish, Wabash Nate, member, The Weekend Angler, Fishing with Big Mike, Muskrat Adventures, Outdoors with Ted Ellenbecker, Catfishing with Slim, Average Joe Catfishing, It's All Mine,
Michelle
Schmeeder of the Cedars. Love that name.
Yeah, still my favorite name.
Absolutely.
Sean Abney. Member, Get Hooked on D-Fishing. We'd also like to thank Josh, the Weekend Angler, for being a member for 26 months. There's John Boyd Catfishing, 3 nights. Member, Mark from Catfishing Crappie. Dee's been a member for 34 months. Says, I love Catfish Weekly.
Bless your heart.
Unlike Creole. Hooks and Hammocks, Parker Pursuits, Don Johnson. 922 Crappie Barbecue. I'm scrolling.
Scrolling.
Member, Danny Stone Outdoors.
There's Tim Molina.
Tim Molina.
Glad to see Tim in here.
I hope you're feeling all right, my friend.
Did you say hello to Roger?
I did.
Okay. I must have missed it. There's Cindy's in here.
There's Freddie.
Yeah, FOA Customs and Gear. Freddie, what's going on?
Average Joe Catfishing?
Yes, you are, Freddie. Donald Long.
3 nights.
205 Wild Action.
Did you say hello to your buddy Chris of Hooks and Hammocks?
He did. I did, but I tried to ignore it.
Oh, I can understand.
I think I've got everybody right now.
Oh, man, there was somebody here. Surely there's one I can find that you missed. Surely.
I didn't see any that he missed.
Damn it.
I'm getting pretty good at my job.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, he doing good.
I am the people's champ.
Yeah,
basically. You
No,
know?
you're the corporate champ.
Corporate, he says.
Oh,
Corporate.
there's Fishing with Jeff Beal. Before you say I missed
Beat
Jeff.
me to it. Beat me to it. Beat
He
me
was
to
trying too.
Whatever.
it. Danny Stone's entrance was quite something. Move on over. I'm coming in, he said.
Danny Stone got him a hog this weekend.
He did. He did. It was a great fish. Very proud of him. I watched him for a long time that day, and I guess he had to move. And when he did, I hadn't got back in there, and he laid it out, and I missed it. I just really.
Well, I'm pretty sure he ended and moved. He ended the live and moved and caught it when in his new spot before he was even really fully set up.
Oh wow, that's
I happen
even
to
worse.
know there was a few really good fish caught this week. Burrito, Lisa, she caught a beautiful fish. Bumping Mike Greenwell did too. And I hope, and you don't have to spoil it for me right now, but I hope, Josh, that they all sent their entries into you so that
there was a lot of them.
There was
a lot of them sent their entries in to the bragging board. Whoop. Hey, come back here. There we go. Creo says, don't forget to thumb up, even though one of the hosts insulted me. So you know what? Right? It always happens when you're not ready or not prepared. Yeah, the camera be barely rolling if it's rolling at all, and then you'll get.
That's kind of the way it works sometimes. It really is. You know, before we get started with tonight, there's a lot of people that watch our show that doesn't come in chat, and maybe they don't want to visit the people with people in chat, or they don't plan on making any comments or anything. But all you have to do is click the little button and come in chat. You have to get in there, and then you can post. And we set it to where you don't have to wait an extended period of time to get in. You know, sometimes it's a minute or two or five or none, but you can get in, and then you can make comments with these people. Hey, Lynn, and go on with everybody. And all we ask is that you respect the other people and go on. And that doesn't mean you can't have fun, ride on a little bit. Lord knows we ride on Danny Stone all the time.
Just an easy target.
He is, but he catches some great fish. What's this? Will you please talk to Jerry Parker? He keeps messaging me saying I stole one of his fish.
One of his fish. Oh, yeah.
Jerry, let him have the fish. Jerry, let him have it.
Come on, Jerry.
Outdoor Wicked Adventures, and I got a fish pick to send in. Not a pig, but it was a beautiful blue cat.
It was.
And ladies and gentlemen, it does not have to be.
It don't have to be a personal best or
don't have to be a catfish.
Don't have to know.
Right.
If you caught a fish and it's cool and you like it and you were excited about catching it, you can send it into the bragging board. That's what?
If it's a kid and it swims in the water, that works. Or if he shot his first deer or rabbit or squirrel or mouse, it don't matter. Josh will put it in there. Hi,
now
Mike.
somebody's going to send me a picture of them holding a mouse. You know that, right?
I had one on my back deck the other day, or I thought it was. Come to find out, I believe that it ended up being a mole, something, or one of my dogs or something caught in the yard and put up there, but it was tiny. It was tiny like a mouse, but I'm pretty sure it was a mole.
So, channel member Uptown Chrissy Brown has joined us. Oh,
Hey, Chrissy, glad to have you in here. Thanks so much for being a member. We appreciate it.
Benoit they hammered the channels again today. We'll send pics this time. Channels are fun.
They're kind of my favorite. Chad,
what?
Creo, you send me that photo.
I shot Chad the bird a second. It does. It really does. Speaking of channel cats, before the show started, a friend of mine, Mel Jellison, sent me some images of a channel cat that he caught today, I believe. And it's very, very cool. We should have probably put it in the bragging board for next week. That's up to Josh if he wants to do it or not. But Mel has had some health issues, and he hasn't been fishing for a while, and he was kind of antsy about this fish. And to tell you the truth, I find it pretty damn cool myself. So, Chad, why don't you show us some pictures? You said you won't let me do it.
All right. Check out these whiskers.
Oh, this thing's wild. Yeah.
It is. That's cool.
That is
Picture
so
number
neat looking.
2. Give everybody a chance to see. I'm going to hold them up there for a minute. And then here's the last angle of it.
That is just wild.
That's just amazing. Now, Jersey River Rats is his YouTube channel. He caught this live, I believe, today. So if you haven't checked him out, go do so. He has been out of whack with some health issues for a little while, but he's back to catching fish. And if he keeps fishing like that, he's going to do really, really well.
I think it is, Chris.
I think you're right.
Non-typical
for sure. It was extremely cool for me to see. I've never seen anything like that. That's like one of Danny's pieballs or the one that Jeremy caught the other day. It's a trophy in my eyes, and I don't care what
it does
anybody
look like
says.
a locust thorn.
Yeah, I love them things like that. That's just amazing. I'm not fortunate enough to catch any of those type fish, but I'm thrilled to have people send us images of them, and thank you guys so very much.
I'm trying to remember where I had this picture at. I might have to look it. I'll bring it up in a little bit. I know I had sent it to you fellas.
He said that
okay.
split whisker was not on the stream. So,
of course it wasn't, but still go check out Jersey River Rat.
It was on Catfish Weekly.
Yep.
All right.
It'll probably be on the bragging board next week too.
I'm betting it will. Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, that's too cool not to have it show back up. So.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've caught them with split whiskers before, but never anything like that.
No,
I think Chris hit it on the head. Non-typical. That's the best
Parker
way to
said it's a catfish version of a double drop tine.
I agree.
That's too cool not to show that one off. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
Where did I? Because I took screenshots of this fish because we were talking about it last week, and now I can't find what I did with the pictures.
We have 72 wonderful viewers in watching the show tonight. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. We appreciate it very much, and it actually helps us with the algorithm to get us our name pushed further to the top of the list. So comments and
there they are.
Likes, shares, anything like that you can do to help us, we really appreciate it, because the catfish industry is growing all the time, and we're just like everybody else. We need all the help we can get so we can try to stay on top.
It is growing big time.
It is.
Let me see if I can get this overlaid real quick.
I'm speaking fancy words, buddy.
I was going to figure out where to put the pictures.
See if you got it.
I know what I was going to say while you're looking for that. Ted Ellensbecker has been putting out a lot of video clips on Facebook. So if you're not associated with Ted on Facebook or his YouTube channel, please do so. These ones that he's been putting out, some of them, like today's video, he looked a lot younger than he does in real life right now. But quality information, and it doesn't matter if it's 10 years old or 5 years old or yesterday. Good information is good information, and that's what you get from Ted.
I was talking about him with somebody today, actually.
He had a great video clip today. I enjoyed it very much. He was fishing brush piles. Man, you got to watch that. Go to his Facebook page and click on that video. You'll enjoy it. I promise. It's awesome.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, buddy of mine and I were talking about flathead, because the water's warming up. They're probably, if they're not already biting, they're real close.
I've seen some flatheads being caught, and somebody I watched today, and I don't remember which one it was because I watched a few. I even napped through one or two.
I told you.
And I think it was Mike Greenwell, but I'm not sure. It's 49-degree water. If it's that close to 50, their flatheads are
starting to move.
They're starting to go. So
yeah, here's that other cat. This was by Don Long. I had to see his channel name again, but He was talking about
Northern View or something like that.
Yeah, Northern View. He was talking about last week in the show. He was in chat talking about the opposite of like the albino and the piebald. It's a like a genetic defect of what makes like a black panther. Their color, right? So this is kind of cool looking. If you can see it, the black spots all over it.
Oh man, isn't that gorgeous? Wow,
man.
I thought that was really cool.
I think I would have to get some real good pictures of that one. That was one I'd probably want a replica of.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was pretty neat.
That's about as gorgeous as it. I don't know. I got to tell you, fellas, there's something about a flathead. I've said for years they are the king of catfish. I believe that in my heart. Although I have a very soft spot in my heart for channel cat, and they don't have to be giant channel cats. I love to catch them. They're a lot of fun.
Melanistic.
One like that. Yeah, one like that, or that question mark fish that Danny caught, or the one that Jeremy caught the other day. They were trophies. And I know that replicas cost a lot of money. They really do. But can you imagine having that where you could look at it every day for the rest of your freaking life? Come on. That would be awesome. Randy says his water was 52 to 55 this weekend.
Wow. It's coming up.
If it's 52 to 55, then flatheads are moving a little bit.
Tom said their water was 49 Sunday morning.
Very nice.
We were at about 46 yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, outdoors addiction.
What's up?
There's an interesting comment. We're not on topic yet, but Jeremy says that flatheads is a much older species, been around much longer. I did not know that.
You should. Out of everybody here,
you were the one that was most likely to be around when it came around.
I'll say, you don't remember the start dates you put on these things?
Well, you stop. Damn.
I mean, you sure as heck remember the end dates you put on the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I just make that stuff up for you. Outdoor Addictions, welcome. Rigging for fatties.
That's member rigging for fatties to you, pal.
I don't see that, but thank you so much. Had him on our show here not too long back. It was a lot of fun.
And I got to meet him down at CatCon. He made the trip all the way out to CatCon.
Nice.
From Kansas, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in Kansas anymore.
Ooh, I don't want to hear about that.
What?
So don't get too excited.
Oh, don't. I hope that's not in our area. I don't want none of that.
I don't think we've got that in the forecast for next week.
I don't want it in the forecast, so
neither do
let's just go with that.
No, we're in the 60s, and the lowest it's going to get is about 50. So
that's what I've seen. So I'm okay with all that.
The only crappy weather we have is going to be, of course, on the weekend on Sunday.
Yeah, that's when we have the worst weather, Saturday and Sunday.
You know, there is an advantage to being old and retired. You can do whatever you want to through the week, and if it rains on the weekend, you still got your stuff done.
He still doesn't fish, so.
Do too. I was out last week. I got some. I showed James Dockery. I don't know if I showed you guys or not. I got some new jigs I tied up. I'm kind of anxious to try them out. I don't know if they're going to work or not, but if they do, I'll like them because I like them already. Jerry Hager.
Hey, there's Keith from Fishing and Stuff.
419 Fishing and Powder Coating. Very nice. Welcome.
Lake Norman water temp 54 degrees. Spring has sprung once that water starts hitting 50.
So well, you know, we're in the third month. We're into March.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of glad February has gone by us. Now I can slow down and we can enjoy the rest of this year because this appears to be one of the years that we're going to go kind of right out of winter into summer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really has that feeling to me. So not that I'm big on that. What's that, buddy?
What are you going to slow down on? The number of naps so you can go fishing?
I have an emoji for you.
Just ask it. Look, we have an hour, at least an hour.
Cindy's brought up a good point. Said, don't forget new fishing license. So I know that Kentucky ended. That it went out with February. If you're in Illinois,
so did Missouri.
If you're in Illinois, you're good to the end of March, but April 1st, you got to have a new one.
Yeah, a lot of them will be.
I think Indiana's in that mix somewhere
Indiana's
too.
in there. I want to say Ohio's around the same time. Some of them were from date of purchase, I know, but yeah.
Glad to see you in here tonight, Jody.
Ohio,
okay.
Ohio, it's easy to forget. They won't let you get a new license till it expires. That's bad.
When my license expires this time, so will I.
Well,
I don't. When you turn 65 in the state of Missouri, you don't have to buy a fishing license anymore. Not that I wouldn't. Not that I don't consider it every year, because I don't mind paying that money because it goes to a great cause. It's part of the conservation stuff. And no, I don't agree with everything they do, and I tell them about it, and they fully expect me to after all these years. But they do studies and things about not just catfish, but bluegill and bass and crappie, even sturgeon and stuff like that. And they waste so much money on them. But that's not here. The point is, I don't mind paying for fishing license. I would pay double what they asked me to, or buy a lifetime membership if I needed to, because I know that money goes where it's supposed to, unlike some of the other tax type stuff that we have to pay. Yeah. And I'm going to leave it at that so you don't have to get the reel out, Chad.
Yep. They did start offering a 3-year license here in Kentucky, which was nice. It's a lot cheaper.
Well, let me address this one right here real quick. There is a lifetime fishing license in Illinois. It is 30 times the resident fishing, like the current resident fishing license.
30 times?
30 times. So you basically have to buy 30 years worth. If you were 16, it would have been the perfect time to do it. If you're 40, 50, 60 years old, not that really good idea to do that. Yeah. So,
all right, where'd it go?
Interesting.
I'm looking. Parker just went crazy. I'm pretty sure he
for him.
Yeah, I think he must have an aneurysm on the way.
Talking about this one?
That one, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Look
above that. Richard Ward's in here.
Well,
hey, Richard. Glad to see you, buddy.
I don't know why these guys pick on you about your being a young guy.
I was like a Highlander.
I don't mind. Really, I don't. If they're picking on me, they're leaving somebody else alone. And if they care enough to say something like that, they care a little bit about me, whether they'll admit it or not.
Did you say hi to Mad Cat or Catfishing?
Richard Ward?
Yeah, we just did.
Okay. I was ignoring you.
We're so glad to have Richard in here. Hope you're feeling good, my friend. Getting close to heading north time. I know that you know what I'm talking about.
My wife Christina's in here. She's got the kids corralled right now so that they don't come interrupt the show. That is. Parker had his fishing license. Oh,
that's an image I never get out of my mind.
I need to bleach my eyes now.
I was gonna say last Mendota trip was, he's known for the moonlight.
Yeah,
I have to say, Jody, that's the best one I've ever seen.
That was pretty good.
Post. That we need a special thing for posts like that to where we can save them forever. That was really good.
So far, they're doing pretty good. You can't hear the kids. So John didn't nap today. He got about an hour nap, and that's all he got. So
lucky John.
Hey, Mikey.
Matt, want to be outdoors? Okay, boys, we're kind of off topic.
So we're halfway through and haven't hit the topic yet.
I was waiting.
The basic stuff for catfishing can be as simple or as lightweight as you want to make it, in my opinion. You can start out using jugs, or you get you a 202 and a small fishing rod with 6-pound test on it. You can put a night crawler on it which is a excellent catfish bait that's way overlooked in my opinion, and a bobber if you want to, and you can go out and sit there and have fun, and most of the time catch fish.
Mm-hmm.
I find there's two kinds of fish that I consider starter fish if you want to get kids interested fishing. Number one is bluegill, because it seems like you can nearly, not always, but nearly always catch those, and channel catfish. Now, bluegill are a fun fight, and they're way fun to catch. They're very hardy. You can release them, you can keep them. They're great table fare, whatever you want to do. But a channel cat or a small blue, even a small flathead, but it's hard to kill those anymore. Those things are great entertainment because they fight hard. Mm-hmm. And if you've got one of those, if you're in a place that has a load of channel cat, let's just say they're from 8 or 10 inches to 3 or 4 pounds. On one of those small rods and reel setups like we're talking about here, that's a battle royal.
Oh, yeah.
And for a kid starting out, if they're old enough to understand what it takes to reel a fish in and how hard that fish is fighting them for its life because it thinks it's getting ready to die, they'll understand how important that is. And there's no way better than to get kids started in fish than to take them bluegill or channel catfishing. Chad must be hot.
Yeah, I had it open. It was getting warm in the house earlier. Now, I guess the street is livening up, and there's 80 cars coming by.
Jerry's got a good point. He said, good starter rig is a Walmart ugly stick catfish special combo. It won't break the bank. Great starter rig.
There's something else I wanted to touch on tonight, too, and Jerry brought it up before I had got to it. But an ugly stick and a quality Zebco reel of some kind, doesn't have to be a 2. I mean, they make a million of them now, and I don't know all the names of them. An ugly stick is probably the most universal, more fish caught on them than anything on the market today, probably ever will be. And they're, for the price, they're very good quality. Better than a lot of them that's a lot higher. Mm-hmm. And they've been there a long time. They're not going anywhere. They're stable. And if you break it, they'll replace it.
Yes, they will.
Or if you break it, it's not that much to replace.
Either way.
No, it's not. But if you call Pure Fishing, they will replace an ugly stick if you break one.
They will.
Well, or if you're like some people, you know, I ain't going to mention any names in the community, but if you accidentally throw a ugly stick and a 202 in the river, it's going to be a lot less upsetting than throwing your Uncle Lou with a Abu Catfish Special 7000 in the river.
That's true.
It's going to hurt your heart a little bit less. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
I have to agree.
There is a Walmart combo. Shakespeare makes it. Shakespeare Tiger.
Yeah.
And you can get this thing for it's a spin cast combo. You can get it for like $15 or $20.
Isn't that a Tiger ugly stick?
I think.
Isn't that how they started advertising them?
I think that's how they started out. It just says Tiger. It says Tiger now, but that rod's got some backbone to it. And last time we were up at Mendota, I took those rods up there, took those spin cast combos, just off the shelf stuff, I put it up against Mendota cats. And that Shakespeare Tiger handled any cat that bit on it. And I had purchased a ugly stick, ugly tough spin cast reel. The reel cost about twice what that Tiger combo did. And I got like 2 fish on that reel before that ugly stick spin cast reel was messed up. So, I mean, you don't have to go out and spend a fortune to get started. You know, a good Zebco Big Cat or Shakespeare Tiger or something like that's all it takes. You don't have to have fancy bank rod holders or anything. If you don't want them, we got away with fork sticks for years.
That's exactly right, and I still use them today if I was bank fishing. Kind of hard to use them on my boat. I got fork and DriftMasters now. Nate Funk said he got his personal best flathead last year. on an ugly stick.
My personal best flathead come last year on an ugly stick.
Dave Funk catches a lot of fish and a lot of good fish.
He does. He catches a bunch.
If an ugly stick is good enough for Dave Funk, it's good enough for anyone. Mike, it was even.
So let's talk about what not to buy if you're starting out. If we're talking about the basics, somebody might be inclined or tempted to buy some of that. Was it Rusty's Mean Green Shad or whatever?
I was getting ready to raise my hand so I could say that first.
That is.
That's
don't waste your money. Don't waste your money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of gimmick baits out there.
There's a lot of gimmick everything's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, some old stink bait will work better than those old Rusty shads, and ugly stick makes the best. I don't know that I've ever seen an ugly stick.
Oh yeah, they make great commercials.
I haven't seen
have to look those up now.
in a long time.
There's a very good statement here too from Jerry Hager. If you want a good starter rig, get a Mitchell 300 and stick it on an ugly stick. Mitchell 300 is a very good reel. Dollar for dollar, one of the best ever made, I'd say. They just work. 3 nights. Welcome. I have an ugly stick that my wife bought me for our first wedding anniversary 46 years ago.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
They're built tough, that's for sure.
They are. Outdoor Diction says he loves Mitchell reels. Me too. I got.
Oh, where'd that go?
Oh, sorry. Really?
It's no wonder. Never mind.
I'm looking for my BS flag. I don't know where it's at.
I'm not even going to say it. Never mind.
Derek Elder Sr., welcome. What is that?
We're not going to talk about
I think it's supposed to be a Zebco.
Okay, 3,000. They're good too. Looky there. Outdoor Wicked Alyssa. She's not going to be affiliated with Jeremy. Has her own.
No, I'm thinking Jeremy kind of made her outs herself and make her put her own name out there and picture so everybody sees it because, she hates channel cats.
She does hate. I don't understand that, but she does, yeah.
She's going up telling me to shut up.
She won't live that one down.
Oh, no, but that's okay. Jared Mitchell, welcome. Glad to see you in here tonight.
Good Lord.
We are at 98. And let me refresh here because I'm only showing 35 thumbs up.
Huh.
45.
There we go.
There, right there is another one that if an ugly stick is good enough for Ted Ellenbecker.
Oh yeah.
Don't knock ugly stick.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's the thing, and one of my thoughts too on, there's a lot of experienced people in this chat. But for somebody that's newer to the sport of catfishing or fishing in general, all these people that are seasoned vets and we all think we're the best fishermen on the planet.
No, only you.
Okay. Well, there's nobody on my league, but I have found there is times that even I need to go back to the basics, though.
That's right.
I get in my head. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong, and I'm taking the fun out of the sport of fishing by becoming, I've got to get bigger and bigger, and I catch more and more fish, and instead of trying to figure out how to just what I enjoyed out of it. And that's usually what I do when I get to that point is just, instead of taking my, $300-$400 rod and reel.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Welcome, John Parker.
With all my fancy hooks and floats and everything else that we use is, just going and finding somewhere to relax and somewhere to, doesn't just a simple, like you said, the ugly stick, something, whatever I've got, and go into the.
It don't have to be that. You can buy a $900 one if you want. It don't make any difference to us, but there's no need to if you're starting out. You want to make sure that you spend your money wisely. That way, if it's not something you don't enjoy, you're not tied up with a bunch. And another one of the things that we should touch on is hooks. Some people want to try to rip their heads off setting a hook, and my God, there's nothing much more fun than that. I enjoy it very much. But the success rate of your catch and harvest will go way up if you use circle hooks. But do not set the hook with a circle hook because you're going to be very pissed off because you don't catch very many that way.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't work out.
You don't tend to gut hook as many fish with a circle hook as you would a J hook, but
if you're releasing fish,
the hook on a circle hook. So
if you're releasing fish, that's very important not to gut hook so many of them. But if you're going to harvest them, it don't make no difference.
Benoit Fishing Outdoors says go back to basics. Don't use a fish finder. I think it's interesting to learn the waters. It can actually be really beneficial to learn how to. I don't care read a shoreline or
I don't care what kind of fish finder it is. They don't show every fish in the water. They just don't. It doesn't matter. And if you can read water and you know in your mind that there should be there, they probably are. St. Croix is another great rod.
Oh, wow.
More pricey.
Well, on the pricier side, but yeah. But yeah, even if you're going out on a little John boat or something, or any boat you have, I'm telling you, like I said, exactly what Ben was and them were saying there is, I know I haven't really been fishing live in a while, and that is I was starting to get burnt out and in that headspace, and that's something I'll do is just go down the creek, put the boat in, and just go out there and relax.
Fish
again, just relax and get my head right. So that's some of the best.
I'll bet that's tough.
You gotta do what?
I bet it's tough to do that.
And you think it's tough because you haven't done it since 1990.
No, I mean get your head straight.
I thought you meant fishing, but I mean there's different thoughts to those. What I'm saying when you're talking about back to the basics, you're back to the basics. A beginner's guide to fishing, and then there's people like us that have been doing it for years. That sometimes you need to go back.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to do that.
That's weird.
I think that you get your rod and reel and some mono line because it's very forgiving. You won't get hurt with that.
It's better than braid.
No, it's not better than braid, but it's better for somebody starting out because it's forgiving. It just is. And that, we joke about that, but that's a personal preference. If you've been doing it a long time and you like mono, then that's great. Doc Lang fishes mono all the time. I made fun of him for years for doing it because I see no need for fishing line to stretch. If you let your drag on your reel do its job and the action of the rod do its job, there's no reason for line stretch whatsoever. And if you're hung up, braid's a lot easier to break off.
Yes, it
is. You don't have to walk back and forth down the boat 3 or 4 times or halfway to the next town with the stretch in some of this mono. I see that Kevin at Palmetto Cats has made it in. And
hey, Kevin.
Man Curtis.
Matt from Wannabe Outdoors sent me a picture of a backlash reel just a second ago.
Yeah, he sent it to me too and said it looked like my hair when I wake up in the morning. I was like, bro, I'd love to have that much hair.
I bet you would.
Oh, that'd be.
There's Lance.
You know how I know fishing is getting ready to get on fire?
How's that?
My sinuses are driving me insane. So if you see me rubbing I'm like having allergy fits.
They make pills for that.
But the trees are starting to bloom, and
not here.
It's driving me nuts. Oh yeah, we've got buds all over our trees right now.
I'll look tomorrow.
Weather bug doing the pollen advisories and stuff the past few days. So
really, I haven't seen any of that yet.
Yeah, but it's that.
That's too bad
because that Palmetto Cat says there's an inch of pollen on his truck.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It means you got to wash them about twice a week now.
Everything turned yellow.
I hate that. Worse than anything. Look. Damn.
So I was thinking too when you were talking about it earlier, talking about places like Walmart, and they already make 5,000 $500 billion a year. So
Yeah.
let's go side that a little bit. But I think a good place to start for somebody that is new to fishing as well is to find their local bait shops.
I think that's a great idea.
I would
Go
agree.
in and have a great conversation with them on what they. A lot of them are really good, and you ain't going to try to sell you the $150 catfish rod and then another $100 or $200 reel on top of it. They're going to, try to figure out your interest and maybe give you some, basic tools and necessity. And I'm sure they'll try to upsell you a little bit, but I would want your business to come back. And I know a couple around here that are really good about that, and they will sit there and talk to people for as long as it takes.
And they've already heard stories from everybody that walks through the door, so they can generally stick you in the right direction of having a successful day most of the time.
I got to pull this up because he'll watch it. He's asleep right now, but he'll watch it tomorrow or something. And Parker Pursuit said the worst backlash he's ever had came compliments of Heath from HS Outdoors during the Ohio pool party tournament. Heath had a brain fart moment, and Jerry had a rod snagged. It was doubled over, and he was trying to keep him from breaking the rod. So he was trying to help him out. Reached over and pushed that button on a 6500, and it just went poof, and all the line just spun up out of that. So
was that live? Well,
it was live. I don't know if it was.
I don't remember seeing it. I should remember something like that, especially on Parker.
Pool party. It was very first pool party tournament. So
wow. Greg Burgess says he's had to cut his grass 2 times already. I was looking at mine, and I'm thinking another week or so.
So far, I haven't had to mow mine yet. But
I don't like to mow. I mean, it's not so bad that since I have a riding lawnmower.
I treat my grass like I do big, like I do fish. Let it go, let it grow.
I find it hard to believe.
City comes and puts that note on your door, right?
Yeah. But I don't look forward to it because I usually mow 3 different people's yards here in the neighborhood. My ride mower has been down for 2 years, so I'm push mowing all that stuff now because
we have a comment that has been sent to us, and I'm going to read it now.
Oh God!
From our main guy here, James Dockery, and says that the Missouri Department of Conservation has a program that will loan you a fishing pole if you are new to fishing. Now, that is an outstanding gesture to get people interested in our sport. And I know that this is true. They do that. They also have a program if you go to the lakes, probably the rivers too, but I haven't seen them at the rivers. There will be a bunch of life jackets hanging there. If you're short and don't have enough for somebody in your boat, you can borrow that, and all they ask is that you return it.
Yep.
And if you have extras that you're not really needing or don't use any longer, that's a great place to donate them because I'm sure they lose an amount of them every year. But
we have actually had to use one of those one time. We've got the auto inflating life jackets, and we made it up to the lake one day. And I don't remember if we were fishing a tournament or if we were just going out or what. We got up there and realized that we had not brought a life jacket one.
Wow.
And so you got to have them in the boat.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear them, but you have to have them in the boat.
Well, now, Missouri, if they're 15 years or younger, if that motor's running.
Kids got to wear them.
Yeah.
I think it's 12 and under, something like that. But
yeah.
But we got out there. Okay. Christina said it was a tournament. And the Army Corps engineer put those up on all the Corps engineers ramps, and
that's cool.
That's way cool.
We grabbed a couple of those life jackets and threw them in the rod locker, and if we got stopped during the day, we had them. So
that's what you have to do. The Missouri Department of Conservation, whatever it is, Corps of Engineers, doesn't matter what it is. That's a cool deal to make sure people are safe. Nobody wants to get a ticket when they're out there. Nobody does. That ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
Knowing you're gonna. Yeah, I bet court costs $100 now. I haven't paid any in a long, long time, but you get a ticket for anything, it's going to cost you a few $100.
Jeff
Just
Field, yeah, that's a good one too, because you've got to, depending on the length. In Illinois, it's dependent on the length of your boat. But after so many feet, you got to have a throwable also. So one of those good floating seat cushions work great as a throwable.
Yep, I've got 2 of them in my boat, and the reason is one of them got tore, but there's really nothing wrong with it. But it doesn't pass Coast Guard regulations if there is a tear in it. So
right.
I got a new one and still have the old one because it'll work just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Oh,
Speaking of catching fish, there's a guy that caught some nice fish this weekend also, Jeremy.
Yes, he did. It was good to see Creole back out. I didn't get to jump in there and watch his live, but I saw that Creole was live.
He was.
And it was good to see him back out.
Him and his brother had a fun day. Looked like they had a blast together.
I was napping.
40-some pounds. 42, I believe.
I've been trying to clean out the garage, and I've almost got it accomplished. So,
if you happen to get yours done, I have one that's full of China and all kinds of crapola that I don't need.
Well, if I'd have known that when I was out there, I'd have cleaned off that one whole shelf.
Well, the one for reels?
Yeah, I've got a couple of those in the boat too, 922. If I got somebody I don't like, I've got Anchor. That's my throwable for them.
Yeah, and the loop in the rope.
Yep. We have to have
a light whistle, reflective tape.
Light whistle and reflective tape on each life jacket on our crappie charger. Wow.
I've not heard about the reflective tape. That's new to me.
And that goes down if you're going to fish different areas, different bodies of water, especially different states. She's not wrong.
I know.
She is not wrong. Be like a bull in a china shop. Yeah.
Well, when you're 6'3" or 6'4" and the size you are, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Can't you, Chadwick? Yeah.
Going back to it though, if you're going to fish different bodies of water, especially waters in different states, learn those regulations, or before you go, get on their website. Every DNR, whatever they call their DNR in that particular state, is going to have all the fishing regulations. They're going to have the boating regulations, and make sure you're staying within those.
And not just the state regulations, but a lot of states, different bodies of water might have different regulations as well. So,
Illinois puts out a real good book, and you can download the PDF of it off their website too. But it goes in, and then you've got a list of just about all the major bodies of water in the state. And
Parker, we can't put that up there.
Oh, Parker,
we can't do that. Oh my!
Oh, Danny, don't give away all my secrets.
Oh man, fire extinguishers. Yes, you must have one. I think we keep 2 in the boat, one in the front, one in the back. Probably don't need that many, but they're small.
You got to at least have one. If you've got to.
Yeah, you got to have one. That's mandatory.
Yep.
And make sure that it's the one you're supposed to have.
Make sure it's the one you're supposed to have, and they now have expiration dates on those.
Yes, and but the main thing is that the needle is in the green. That's the main thing.
Yep.
And
you could have one now. I think you get 5 years on them. If you get one outside that 5 years, they will ticket you on.
And if it's an expensive one, there's places that refill them and update them and recertify them. It costs a little bit, but sometimes it's cheaper than buying a new one.
But you can also go and get the Coast Guard approved kits that has a lot of the different stuff that you would never ever need.
Let's explain that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Gun and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So they have they have the medical, the medical kit that's actually an enclosed case. We have one on our boat. So we have the fire extinguisher, then they have the flare guns and different stuff that you may need. The cloth that's got for if you fall in the water and it's cold, you put it on and it's real thin. It's like a foil, but it's
one of those Mylar, space blankets and
stuff like that. There's some pretty neat stuff that they have out there. Some of them are kind of expensive. But
Did you guys know?
No.
What? What was that, Josh?
He clips his life jacket to the back of his seat.
That's a great place to do it.
That's a good place.
A lot of times we store ours in the boat if we're not going to be going out for a day or two.
If you have an auto inflator, don't keep it down in a compartment.
No place where you get water. That's for sure.
Just the added humidity inside that
We'll
compartment
will
set one off. I had that happen with an Onyx.
If Dee's watching, Bugman, Dee might remember. She actually ordered the one that we have offline a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but a while ago.
Do you guys know that some states will offer classes on how to catch each class of fish?
Really?
That's what James Dockery says. Of course, he would know. Him and Katie teach those classes.
Know that, so he teaches that stuff. So,
yeah, I've been wanting to reach out to the guy that does the Kentucky Field channel here, and for the state of Kentucky, they do a lot of different stuff with our DNR as well. As you was talking about that whole being able to the life jackets and being able to rent or borrow fishing gear and stuff like that. Because I was thinking about that a while back. I've got so many rods and stuff that are just sitting here without reels that I'd love to donate, because I'd never want to try to sell them, because I don't want to do a yard sale, but stuff like that would be good for donating that kind of stuff, because a lot of them they're good stuff. They're just, I don't use them.
Creole, I would pay money to watch that.
Me too. It'd be worth the price of a movie seat.
All I can picture is the guy from the Water Boy. No, the guy from the Water Boy.
I was thinking of Joe Dirt. Home is where you make it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Either one of them will work. Oh, looky here. Yep. Christina says she'd take his class.
Yep.
Lunch would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right about that. I would go just for the food.
Really, Dave?
No. Then it gets thrown in the water.
Do you know Dave personally, Chad?
Yeah, honestly, no.
You really need to meet him. You two.
I know.
You're too close.
Modulin says they use Dockery as a model for G.I. Joe. And I
just forgot that.
That was one of the best ones I've ever seen. So.
Yeah, that ranks right up there for that one Jody had earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dave's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours where he's fishing at from me.
He could take you up there to that lake he fishes all the time, probably teach you something.
He probably could.
Mm-hmm. On that lake for sure. You kind of got it figured out.
I could just see me, because on that lake you're not allowed to run. I wouldn't even be allowed to start my engine.
Right.
I could just see the DNR would see that beautiful 200 Honda on the back of that, and they'd just be sitting there like that the whole day, waiting on that big old beautiful thing to start up.
A lot of people, or a lot of places in Missouri, if you got a big motor over the size limit, they don't even let you put the boat on the water. But some of them will let you use your electric motor. But some of them won't. This depends on which one it is and who's got to say in what.
Illinois finally got it on the state-run waters. They finally made it to where if you have a motor bigger than the horsepower limit, you can operate it at no wake speed, which is pretty much idle only on that body of water. So that's like Baldwin is one of those. Baldwin has a 50 horsepower limit, but you can now operate it.
You should have put that up there.
Most of the winter. What the hell's wrong with you?
Is that the flavoring for the catfish?
They fish out of a floating houseboat, basically.
Well, that's true.
Sorry.
That would be fun to have a houseboat.
I got a nephew's kind of got one. It's an older one.
I don't need one.
If we ever get to go to South America redtail fishing, we'll stay in one. Chad?
Well, I fell asleep. I was reading
And
something.
you tell me I do that.
I got sidetracked. I seen that I had a message, and I went over to check it and stopped listening to you.
I'm used to that.
U.S. Coast Guard should come out with a bank fishing kit. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hoover, 10 horsepower. Anything bigger has to be tilted out or prop off. 22-foot boat limit. Also, wow.
Wow, I did not know that.
I barely meet that. Well, yeah, mine's
So-
a 2010, so 21 feet.
Yeah.
My
As long as
question
you don't
about
measure the
that.
motor.
My question about that is, you can't load your boat if you don't have a kicker motor on it. How do you get it up on the trailer? You can't load it with a trolling motor.
You better lasso that crank out there, and
You run it up there and get your trolling motor pulled up the last minute, and then hope you got
it's
a good
far
winch
enough.
on that. Hope you got a good winch on that trailer.
Hey, Guerrero.
Or you do what I do and you fire the motor up and you go vroom and you run it right up the trailer and then hook it up, and
well, from what I heard on
you'll be tied off and gone before they can ever get a conservation man out there.
That's what I would do, because you got to be able to load your boat.
You got to be realistic about it. So.
Look, old Doc got escorted off Hoover once.
Oh, wow.
Dave said.
He never told me about that.
That'd be a good story to hear sometime.
That would be a good story.
I'm gonna be down there here in a couple weeks. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that. People know where I'm fishing.
Nobody. I mean, nobody gets more vacation time than you do.
I know, right?
I get 6 weeks off a year, pal.
Winch rope has a float on it. Throw it out and hit the button on remote. There you go.
There you go. That works for me.
I bought a two-speed winch for my boat trailer.
How do you like it?
I love it.
I used to have one on a boat that I had. I don't remember which one it was.
It was like $60, $65 for that thing. I caught it on sale. Best purchase I ever made. It's like a 4,500 pound winch. It's way overkill for what the boat weighs, but you don't have to worry about it either. You just hit there and turn it, crank the boat right up the trailer.
They are faster. They really are. That I cannot say.
What's that?
Your buddy sent us a message in chat. I am not going to read that.
Oh, no.
Guess I could share it.
No.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
You guys won't let me have no fun. Oh, man.
Got anything else for the basics? I mean,
the main thing is you're trying to go out and have a fun time.
Yep.
That's what you need to do. Have fun. If you're fishing on the bank, have fun. You don't have to help. If you're buying inexpensive stuff, it don't hurt. Just stick them in the mud.
Oh,
put them on rocks, prop them up, put a stick out there.
Go out.
How many times on the riverbank I just put it
and
wedged it between rocks? There you go.
Yeah. Get your own rod and stick out there. And
oh yeah. And in the morning when you get up, the lanterns went out. And there's a row of bugs all the way around that lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure. It's a lot of fun to do that. If you into eating fish, you don't mind cleaning them. It's some really good table fare. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if they're panfish or channel cats or small blues or even small flatheads. They're all good to eat. Flatheads being the best, of course, but they're all great table fare. They're really not hard to clean, any of them, if you want to do that. And some of it be a lot better than you get in any store. It really is. And that Jeff Beals hit it right on top.
There is a good back to basics tip right there. Don't fall for the marketing gimmicks.
That's exactly right. And there's plenty of them.
There's a bunch.
They get me all the time.
What's that?
I said they get me all the time. I'm like, ooh, pretty.
Yeah, that's the intent.
Yeah.
They try to
or
catch you.
Somebody lays out 4 green Abu Garcia Ambassador Pro Shop reels on a table, and they're
I really need some green Abu Garcias, but I don't need them bad enough to listen to that. 205 Wild Action. Welcome, buddy. If you've been in here and I missed you, I'm sorry. Yep, he come in a while ago. Glad to see him in here. Northern View Outdoors. So, are you giving me one of them green ones?
They're not mine. They're D's.
I won't ask her. I can't harass her. I can harass you a little bit.
Yeah, don't make me send my HR department over.
5 John boat to load and unload up on the rooftop every time we go out.
There you go. I want to get back to them green reels.
Somewhere I still have a it mounts to a hitch on a receiver, and it clamps to the transom of a boat for like a little John boat, and it puts it up on the roof of your vehicle, and you just got to swing it around and tie it down in the front.
Huh.
I used to use that to take that little 10-foot John boat out before I had a truck.
I had a 1971 Bronco, the old short ones, with a hot rod V8 in it, big tires on it, 1200 series tires on it. This is back when I was younger and I could get in and out of it. And a 14-foot, it's either 14 or 16-foot John boat. And this Bronco had ladder carriers on top of it for whatever reason. It was like that when I got it. I don't know if it comes factory like that. Don't give a shit. We would load that John boat up on the top of there, and I had a 7.5 horse Sears 2-stroke boat motor that I bought from my buddy John Shaw. And that's how my brother and I would go fishing a lot of times, because at the time he didn't have a boat. I didn't have another boat. And we would take it, go up on Salt River before Mark Twain, and after Mark Twain Lake was built. And you just find a place pull over the side of the road where you didn't have to walk very far and dump that boat in, strap that motor on, up and down the river you went. And it worked extremely well. And to be quite honest, I wish I still had that John boat and motor, and I more wish I still had that Bronco.
Christine has brought up point set of battery operated or rechargeable fan is pretty amazing too come summer.
Amen to that.
I bought the one from Harbor Freight, that Bauer. It runs off the 20-volt batteries. I've got a bunch of other 20-volt tools from there. And that little thing comes in handy when you're out there drifting or whatever.
Hello, Brian B.
Brian, that was awesome. When Lyle says Bronco, he's talking about a horse. In his younger days, they didn't have vehicles.
Oh, man. Good to have you in here tonight, Brian.
Every night, Lyle would have to help circle the wagons.
That's right. Danny Stone said he stuck a 12-foot John boat in the trunk of a 67 Bel Air.
Oh, wow.
Once.
A lot
of rope and red flag tied to it. Yeah, I would think so.
I shoved a 16-foot V-bottom John boat in the bed of my old red Xheavy when I had it. It was 8-foot bed. Talk about having to tie that thing in and wondered if it was going to fall out. And I was driving home from Alton, which is about 2 hours from me. So you're talking interstate travel, and I was like, it's just a matter of time. I had said, if this thing falls out on the interstate, I'm just going to keep going. I ain't even stopping.
Yeah. Was that an old Rich Line boat?
I don't even know what it was.
They made millions of them V-bottom Rich Line boats.
Yeah.
Millions.
There was no title on this one, no name on it, no nothing.
And you could care less.
And I paid $100 for it.
Cheaper as a broom. Hell, it's worth that much in just scrap aluminum.
Scrap aluminum.
There's Roger. I seen him in here at the beginning.
He's been commenting off and on.
Ain't nothing beats a cab and an air conditioner.
Yeah.
I agree with that. The older you get, the more you appreciate that air conditioning. That's why I like fishing at night, because it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm. I gotta get me some better lights so I can do that. I'm gonna have to do that more this year.
And that light you had out there the other night was bright.
Oh, that green light works good. I'm just a little bit hesitant to use it on the water because green is a navigable color. You know, that
there's a great comment.
USB chargers in the bimini top.
Your phone never runs down if you've got chargers like that. And the
We've got the double USB power ports installed in the boat now. And, you know, and that's something, if you've got an older boat and it doesn't have that, you can still get these. They're cheap.
They don't cost much at all. And they're not hard to install.
$20 on Amazon, and they're about 5 or 6 on Temu. So,
yeah, I don't know if them are any good or not, but so far everything I've got from them,
I've got some of the Temu ones. Those things work fine. They're pretty well the same one as what Amazon's selling. So,
yeah. Hey, funk.
The air fryer.
Oh, I didn't know what they was talking about. Then, and the air fryer in bed. 60 degrees in the parking lot, 45 on the water last weekend.
William Maynard said he had a 12-foot flat bottom in a Ford Ranger.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. If you want to go fishing, you'll find a way.
You'll find a way to make it happen.
You'll find a way to make it happen. It doesn't matter if you're bank fishing or if you got a boat and it doesn't have a trailer. If you want to go, you'll figure out how to make it happen.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. And once you get to where you're catching a few fish most of the time when you go out, the addiction has started. That's when you save money to buy a different reel or a different rod or a motor for your boat or whatever it is that you want that you don't have. It's a gold. And in the meantime, you're still going fishing while you're trying to save money for it. Because you get addicted. And once you're addicted to it, it's like any other thing that you do that you enjoy. The more of it you do, the more costly it is, but the more fun you have. So you just have to pick out your priorities. And if fishing is one of them, then there you go.
Danny said you just get you a Lyle Stokes ammo can converted into a power station.
I have a couple of those. They work really, really well. And I have USB plugs on them and cigarette lighter charging ports and lights and all the other stuff.
Oh, wow.
No pontoon. There's two Stans fishing. Where's he been all night?
Stan?
How is there 92 in chat and only 59 thumbs up?
Well, now there's only, he said that, now there's only 58. Somebody took the thumbs up back.
He said, hit that like button. Come on, y'all. At least hit it for me and Lyle.
That's right. Thank you, Stan.
Oh, wow. Jared Mitchell said they put 3 kayaks in a 94 Suburban a few times.
I bet that baby was full.
I guarantee it was full because I've got a 95 Suburban.
Speaking of kayaks, I talked to a gentleman today that we're going to be doing a show with. Did it choke you up?
You gonna make it?
I'm good.
That likes kayak fishing enough that he does a whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if everything goes according to plan, will be our guest next week. Is that right, Chad?
That is awesome. I have reached out to them myself just to verify and get some more details.
What do you think? I lied to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, all you said all you did all day was nap, so I figured maybe you dreamt it. So I figured I'd reach out to them myself. And if things work out, we have some potentially really good guests coming up.
Yeah, if we can make this happen, maybe the week after. Oh, baby. It'd be a good one. We'll be talking YouTube stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't like to know about that from somebody that knows about that? That'll be really good. Be lots of fun.
Danny Stone says never riding a boat with someone that has a Brody knob on the steering wheel. Trust me.
A what? A Brody? What's a Brody knob? One of them big round things that you grab to turn.
Yeah, we spin it around.
I didn't know that's what you called them, but
Brody
Me
knob.
neither. So you wouldn't ride on my boat with me there, Danny Stone? I've got one.
I've installed a bunch of them, but on handicap vans for people that don't have a real good grip.
Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Josh.
Yes.
At the beginning of the show, we were saying how there were so many people out fishing. It's been nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Have we had any submissions that way we can get a brand new bragging board?
Let's take a look at the first bragging board of March. So we can almost call this the first spring bragging board. So here we go.
All right.
Howdy, folks. It's time once again to take a look at the Catfish Weekly bragging board. This one covers through the...
Whoops.
What happened?
Howdy, folks. It's time once again to take a look at the Catfish Weekly bragging board. This one covers through the week of March the 4th, 2024. Leading us off this week, we have Denise of Misplaced Country Girl Fishing. Denise has a 10-pound, 9-ounce new personal best blue cat. This came from the dock down there with Tom and Michelle. Congratulations, Denise. Our good friend Martin from Martin SUK came up with a 22-pound blue cat, which is also a new personal best for Mr. Martin. And he doubled up on twin blue cats with Denise from Misplaced Country Girl Fishing. Score another one for the dock down at Lake Gaston. Jeremy from Creole Catfishing is showing off a 43.5-pound blue catfish caught while live this weekend. Looks like the Louisiana bite is starting to pick up, which means Jeremy will soon be back on fire. Congratulations, buddy. Miss Lisa, the burrito catfishing lady, showing off a 59-plus pound blue catfish caught on Fort Loudon Lake in Tennessee. Lisa said this fish maxed out their 50-pound scale, so that's an estimate, but that is one heck of a fish. Congratulations. And closing us out this week, we have our good friend Danny Stone with a new personal best 88.82-pound blue catfish, a true Mississippi River monster. Congratulations, Danny, on the new PB. You're inching closer to that 100-pound mark. I know you'll hit it. Don't forget, guys, you too can be featured on the Catfish Weekly bragging board. To be eligible, the fish needs to have been caught within the past 14 days, and we accept pictures of any species of fish. To get yourself or a friend on the bragging board, all you need to do is email your fish photo to pics@theweekendangler.com. Send us the information shown on your screen, and we'll get it on the board for you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great week.
Man,
some nice fish this week.
Great fish.
What a great bragging board!
Some new people on the bragging board. That's what makes it cool.
One from the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's badass right there.
Awesome
now
to see Martin on there and Lisa joining the bragging board this week.
When you get people traveling from England to fish on the dock, that's big news, buddy. That's big news. It was a great bragging board. It really was. Appreciate you taking all the time to do that for us, Josh. Means a lot. People really like that, and I like it too.
I like seeing the fish. So
I do too. Danny's had a great fish, and he well deserved. I mean, he fishes that bank, beats it like a drum up and down there every weekend, and through the week sometimes when he gets a chance. And he goes out there and works hard. He deserved that fish, and it was a great fish. Michelle said it was a great weekend with Martin and Denise. That's awesome.
Danny was tagged in a video this afternoon too.
Do we want to know?
Oh, well, when we were, what day? It was one of those days. I can't remember which day it was. I think I was fishing with Parker maybe, and we were live. Danny had run into a dude cooking on the shore of the Mississippi River, and was telling us about this. He said he got to try some of this guy's food and was going to be in a video. Well, that guy posted the video today. So
Yep, Mississippi
Oh.
River Bank Chili with special guest Danny Stone Outdoors.
Special
I
guest
need to see
Stone
that.
Outdoors, yes.
Well, I tell you
need to
what,
see that
give me
video.
just a second, and I will drop that link to
And
this
on
video.
March 30th, Danny and the bank team is beating the boat team. That's my birthday.
Let me copy
Heck
that.
yeah.
I'll even drop that video right here in the chat. So if people want to go over and watch it right after we end, they can do that. It'll be towards the end here.
Cabela's is copied. They've got a bragging board now. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. So
Works for me. I could say something about them, but I'm trying to give these new owners a benefit of the doubt since I've been assured for the umpteenth time that the previous owner is no longer has anything to do with it. So far, that's never been the case. We'll see. Who knows?
Quietest you've seen Chad in a long time. I've had a long day. Work's been
He's
chaotic
been very
lately.
quiet tonight. Almost disappointingly quiet.
Work's been kicking my rear end lately. So I did take a nice little nap right before the show, though.
Oh, that's awesome, Michelle. Yeah, mine's March the 30th.
Wow. We'll have to remember that, Chad, so we'll be sure to tell him happy birthday. Maybe you can sing it to him.
It's on a Saturday and not a Monday. And
Joshy.
We'll make up for it.
After his 40th
about
birthday,
3 years ago, Chad decided to have a roast of Dunnigan on the bait shop on my birthday. So
yeah.
And him not even be there.
No, I was asleep. I had to work midnight.
Remember that.
I didn't find it till the next morning.
It was a lot of fun.
It always is.
Especially all those pictures I had of Josh.
Oh
That
yeah.
were sent to me.
Dockery and I had a day like that with Mark one time. He asked us to host
That
his
one
show
was
because
hilarious.
he didn't have a signal and couldn't, and he didn't know what we said because he couldn't hear us.
He couldn't hear or something that day. He
couldn't do it, and James and I we had a lot of fun.
Oh, that one was great.
The last time I knew, Mark still never.
That was shortly after John was born because I was sitting at home with him watching that, so couldn't do nothing else. I had a newborn at home, so
yeah, you're kind of stuck when that happens.
And she ain't paying attention.
No. Kind of going off the deep end tonight. Sometimes she wants to be on the show, and sometimes she don't. But that's just kind of the way it works, We still are at 82 people in chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight and being a part of chat. 82 is a big number, especially since we have went over the amount of time that we normally go. But when we're having fun and everybody seems to be enjoying it, it's one thing to go ahead and enjoy that. But boys, we had a great topic tonight. There was a lot of things that we could have hit, but we chose to go a different direction. Yep. That's okay. And I see Brad Bex is in here. Thanks for the fire extinguisher info. Mine is recalled model.
That's good. It's good.
That's good. Check that out.
Yeah, get that taken care of because you don't want to be without one. You really don't.
I tell you what, a fire extinguisher is not expensive when you think about how expensive it's going to be if you don't have one.
That's right. That's exactly
not talking about the ticket. That's talking about the
safety.
Yeah, we. I know that we're going to be looking forward to Brad's sending us the information for tournament results. He does that every year, and we appreciate it very much. And while we're talking about that, if you have tournament information that's legitimate, there is a few restrictions, but very few. Send them to us, and we'll make sure that they get posted. Also, results. We're happy to post results and talk about them on the show, but you have to get them to us ahead of, not right before the show starts.
Yeah, try to get them, by about midday on Monday, and
yes,
that helps a great deal. And after a little after that, we can make it work. But last minute stuff's kind of hard when you already. It's not that we really plan a lot of stuff, but when we do kind of plan stuff, especially if we have guests, we need to make sure we get all that so we can get it done right off the bat, and then we can get in because next couple of weeks we got a couple of really good guests coming up. You're going to like that, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. What say you fellers?
I say good day.
Mm-hmm.
I have Panfish Nation on Wednesday night. The Chad and Brian B. and Freddie are on Thursday night on the bake shop. Anything going on this weekend, fellas?
No.
Any tournaments this weekend? Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of. We do have one we're looking into. We're going to talk about that a little bit in a future show. And
that'll be a show coming up. It's going to be a cool one.
I think it is. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next Monday night on Catfish Weekly.
Have a great week, y'all.